Okay, now welcome to our next episode of Indie Author First Aid with Carina Alyce. And as I mentioned before, I'm Carina Alyce. I'm an indie author who writes steamy medical romance and is like a real doctor in my free time. And since we're all busy people and we can't afford to spend a ton of time searching and hunting for stuff ourselves, and we usually can't afford hiring someone to do this stuff for us, I'm going to help you guys figure out where you need to go next and exactly what Amazon A+ content is. Now, Amazon A+ content has been available for publishers for a long period of time, but it has in the past 6 months become more available to indie authors. And so what we're going to do today is I'm going to show you how to find Amazon A+ content and show you how most people are using it for their books. I in particular write romance, so we are going to visit my personal account right now. So first of all, you're going to go to your KDP dashboard. So you see Bookshelf, Reports, Community, and Marketing. You want to go to Marketing. So you're going to scroll down past Amazon Ads and Ultra Author Central, and this is where it says A+ content. Okay? They have how to get started, content guidelines, and content examples. So I'm going to show you some of the things that are most popular with most people. Okay, so you can do a banner, you can do a web photo. Most people, though, who are romance authors in particular, end up doing this. I call it the three version of a 3 split image, 1, 2, 3. Some people will do timelines. Then you can do comparison. So if you had a 4-book series, this would actually each click onto every book. All right, so it says you can add up to 6 books. You can put multiple things in, and I'll show you sort of how I did that myself. And I'm redoing all of mine, and then there's all of these things like this. But most of us aren't going to use this stuff because what typically occurs, though, is that you can just see all of these on your own. It's very exciting. What typically occurs, and I'll show you how it works, is it depends a lot on if you're on desktop or on mobile. So you've looked at the examples, you've read the guidelines, which reminds you to not sell anything that is obviously rapey or pedophilia. And in our previous video, we discussed that they do police the appropriateness of the image. They also tell you you're not allowed to display the Amazon logo on your work or declare it as free or bonus or something like that. So you're going to pick whatever marketplace you're going to want to go. And since you're here and I'm speaking English, we're just going to go first with Amazon.com for the English speaking. So you've selected it. You go to manage your A+ content. So it thinks about it for a second. And then in this case, it drops down and shows the last time I worked on my A+ content, which was not recently. But these are the ones you've already set up, and it tells you if it was approved, it tells you what date you did it, it tells it how many ASINs are connected to it. So you could theoretically do one that goes to all of them if you had a series of books. So here's all of those. Then, if you had too many of them, you would search with an AISN or the product name of whatever you were selling. So next you're going to go to start creating Amazon content. So what you're going to name is, I have a book coming up, so we're going to call this Volatile. I'm not really going to put anything on it, but that's where we're going to go. You tell it to add a module. Now, here's the different things that it wants to give you an offer of. Okay, stuff that you should know. Most people are going to do this one or this one. It won't really make a difference. The main issue is you won't do any of the text, okay? This one lets you put multiple ones. This is a header. This is the type of thing that you'd use for your author profile and other information about yourself. This one was the one that you saw before, more author profile. The fact is that most romance authors and many other authors are going to do three versions of this to make a 3 picture. Okay, so you'd pick whatever module you want. So let's pretend I was doing this one, standard images with dark text overlay. All right, so what you would do is you tell it is that it tells you you can write all of this text in. You're not going to do any of that, okay? No, absolutely not. What you're going to actually do is you're going to add a background image. So what you're going to do is, this is where you find out it says it's 970 pixels by 300 pixels. You would put your image here, and then you would add your descriptive keywords in there. So just to show you how this sort of works, and why it works as it does, I'm just going to create a dummy image right here, which I happen to already have ready. So here is a 970 by 300 pixel thing, and I'm going to pick these people. I'm going to set the image as background, pull them all the way down. All right, so we're going to download this. It's going to be a JPEG. And it's only going to be only this one, because the other ones are blank. Done. Okay, so here's my people. So I go back to my A+ Amazon, and when I add the background image, this one just happens to be called A+ Slots 970 by 300. This fits it in. Now you notice there is no words in here. None. Not one. This is already on the image. That's how you create your own text on the image. So you hit add. And I'll put kissing, love, romance. Alright, so when you put add, this square is not going to be present. Then you could add more modules. So if you wanted to do this over and over again, you would do 2 more of them. And they don't care if you do the same image. That's not what they care about. They want it to say that it's not free. Kissing, right? And none of this will show up. So if I decided I would done, I'd go to the next. It tells me to apply my AISNs, and I would have to find my AISN numbers. And so the book that we're really using this on is this one, and so I'm going to copy the AISN number, copy it, pop back over to Amazon, enter it, tells you it's going to be this book, and I'm going to apply the content. It says it's eligible. Have I applied it? Yes. Now, it is not done. It says review and submit, so it's going to let you look at it. Obviously, we're not really going to keep this, so it's going to think about it. All right, so here you are on mobile device. This space is 50 pixels. Keep that in mind, 50 pixels. Desktop version is 25 pixels. That's the most important thing you need to know. And if you don't want to do any of this, you can save this as a draft. You can get rid of it. Oops, sorry, that was desktop. Sorry, I'm sorry, I said that wrong. Desktop was, that's what I get for pressing too many buttons. This is 25 pixels. It froze. Okay. So when you're looking at desktop, it's 25 pixels. The mobile would be 50 pixels. It doesn't want to load it right now, but that's what it would be. So just keep that in mind. We are not going to do any of this because you would submit it, then they would send you an approval, and they'd tell you it was published. We're not going to do that because I don't really want to have 2 pictures of the same people's heads that say the same thing on a book this isn't about. But that's just your basic visit to A+ content. Hope that you're having a good time, and we'll catch up on the next video.